I just want to re-clarify something.
Of course. Go
Right.
ahead.
Same thing every week, really. I'll keep going until I feel I don't have to.
Sure, it is very, very important.
Um,
Andrews, very comfortable to repeat the same questions. There is no other way to clarify and to get the doubts, to remove them.
So I don't know when it happened for me, but when because some people, they're not aware what they're thinking. They're on autopilot. But at some point I was like, okay, I need to watch my thoughts. And so then it becomes second nature, where you're always watching your thoughts. So you're always aware what you're thinking, whether it be something good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever. And so then if you suddenly get really angry, you can stop yourself or apply techniques or whatever, because you're already aware of what you're thinking. But that's just the very basic. Then the next level up from that in my presentation is you're distant from your thoughts. You're watching your thoughts as a witness. You watch them arise, abide, and dissolve. Now, it's not enough. My suggestion is, and we've talked about this again and again, it's not enough just to be aware of what you're thinking, because surely most people are like that anyway. And that the minimum you must be doing in any given moment is having that detachment, having that witnessing your thoughts rather than just merely thinking them and being aware of them. So 24 hours a day, the minimum you should do is be witnessing your thoughts arising, abiding, and dissolving. Is that fair comment or not?
Yes, it's not enough only to be the witnessing, or anyway, you are the witnessing consciousness. Saksi Chaitanyam is the Sanskrit term. But there has to be also the recognition and conviction that you are awareness. So you are awareness anyway, and you will always be awareness in eternity, and even beyond eternity, because there is no really space-time, but this is another discussion. But you should be awareness knowingly. You should be aware that you are awareness. You should be aware that you are this witnessing consciousness, Saksi Chaitanya. And even that what you are is even beyond the Saksi Chaitanya witnessing consciousness. So Saksi Chaitanya witnessing consciousness appears only when we have a medium for that. The body-mind complex, the Chidabhasa, the reflected consciousness. Alone itself, Atman or Brahman cannot be Saksi Chaitanya witnessing consciousness. There is a need of a medium, of a fine medium. And throughout the day, this is the practice, to be aware that you are awareness. Not to believe that you are somebody who have awareness, as somebody, an individual entity who is possessing awareness or consciousness, but to be aware that you are awareness, consciousness, and not the somebody. The somebody appears in what you are as awareness, consciousness, together with all the apparent phenomena, the Jagrat, the universe, and the apparent beings and the apparent objects and the apparent events. So this is the leap further, not only to be this observer, but to do this leap and to recognize that you are this awareness itself, not somebody who is witnessing thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that the thoughts are not what you are, that the thoughts are just appearing and disappearing,
Sure.
like the clouds, and you are the sky.
Yeah, that's what I mean by watching thoughts. But you're saying go much further than that.
Yes. Of course, it's not that easy, but this is the ultimate leap over.
And as awareness and not the person, are you then aware of the person existing as just a thought? So you can,
Yes, as ahankara, which means the I thought in our scriptures.
and is that something that to actively practice, to be identify as awareness, or be aware that you are awareness, and to look and see that the person that you thought you were is just a thought? That's a valid practice.
Yes, it is part of the sadhana, part of our atma vichara, self-inquiry. Now, saying that, we should add that it's not the self-inquiry that is promoted in the cycles of Neo-Vedanta and Neo-Advaita, where for them it is a misapprehension of Ramana Maharishi's teachings. And they believe that they should ask all day long, who am I? But this is not Atma Vichara. Atma Vichara is scriptural study, Sravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. Is the entire context of the Advaita Vedanta path. It is never only a question, who am I? So all these people, they remain ignorant. Because when you ask, who am I, there is no any answer. Or there is the answer, me. And when you ask, who are you? What is this me? Again, there is no any answer. And even if there is an answer, it is only fake. So the appropriate self-inquiry, Atma Vichara, how we should do, with all the context, all the entire spiritual path of Sanatana Dharma in general and Advaita Vedanta in particular. All the processes which are required according to the scriptures. Which are these processes? The process of Sravana, sitting close to a guru, who was also a sishya of another guru in a legitimate and authentic lineage, listening to the scriptures, listening to his teaching, and study with him the scriptures. This is called Sravanam. Then Mananam, asking questions, clarifying the teaching that you have received, gaining more and more stability and clarity, removing your doubts. And then Nididhyasana, to make this entire process more internalized, to internalize what you have received previously, and to make this your own profound recognition and conviction on a permanent basis. And then you make a conducive effort to follow also a dharmic lifestyle, to follow the Dharma Sastra, all the dharmic rules, and all the moral lifestyle, that it is a prerequisite. And all this is the entire context Of course, you will not find it in Neo-Advaita and Neo-Vedanta. And all these circles about non-duality, so-called path, which is non-existent. There is no such path as non-duality. And also, other times they call it the direct path.
Mm-hmm.
There is no such thing as a direct path. It is only a misapprehension and marketing of the so-called non-duality gurus. If it was really there, a direct path, don't you think that God himself would offer this gift to all the sentient beings or all the great masters? They wouldn't offer this gift to humanity. They offer it, and they would say, look, take it. This is the direct path. But there is no such thing as a direct path. There is a need of a process, a process. And this process should be done.
Yeah.
You cannot, let's say, use an elevator to go to the 6th floor. You can use either the chairs or an elevator, but the elevator is also a process. So let's say there are some paths which are a little bit more gradual and more low. And there are some paths which are more quick, more fast for those who are enough prepared.
Yeah.
So either you use a path which is very direct, a very quick path like Advaita Vedanta, and because you are prepared for that from previous dream lifetimes, or you will use the common path, which needs more time, more process, more processing. But even if we say that there is an elevator to go up, let's say an elevator to go to moksha, self-realization or enlightenment, still you need to press the button, you need to open the door of the elevator, you need to go inside, you need to wait until the elevator will bring you up, correct? You cannot stay in front of the elevator and wait for some kind of magical touch of a guru to send you on the top, as the people believe.
It doesn't make...
You know, nowadays they are selling so many things. They are selling that so-called Saktipat, which was existing in the ancient times. But now they use Saktipat to sell and to create a confusion and to become rich. Like, I will awake your Kundalini with a touch or with a mantra. And you don't need to do anything at all. It costs only 100 euros. Let's say 10 sessions. And they are selling such stuff. Now they are selling in Greece, Advaita Ashram org. Instant enlightenment with Shaktipat. They sell retreats, they sell sessions, they sell instant enlightenment, instant Kundalini awakening, and they use as criminals the term Advaita Ashram without any connection with the path of Advaita Vedanta.
Yeah, it's
what to say, Kali Yuga.
Yes, it's not good that there's another place in Greece, and with a similar name as well. That's just not very helpful.
Swami Dayananda used to say, they come to me and they say, I saw this light, blue light. I was doing a meditation, and then I saw this white light. And then I saw this, and I had this experience and this experience. And he was laughing all the time. Because it's not about moksha. It is about the mind experiencing things.
Yeah.
We do not negate that there should come some mystical experiences or mystical powers, but these are irrelevant with moksha, self-realization, or enlightenment, liberation. They are just phenomena which are appearing out of spiritual practice or not. They may appear, they may not appear, but they are irrelevant to moksha.
Sure. Yeah, all the things that are being sold and that appeal, like the special powers and so on, are all things that attract the ego is attracted to.
Yes, they want to be either superior to others or inferior to others. It is usually sick, and either the ego wants to go to seminars and retreats and workshops where it can be superior, it can feel superior with mystical powers, or other times there are egos which are having this false belief system that moksha is only for the sages and for some few, that I'm not able to do any spiritual practice. I will stay without a path. I will not do anything at all because I'm so awful and so unable that I will not follow any path. So the ego is appropriating either the one extreme or the other.
That's a good way of avoiding spiritual practice, thinking that you're completely incapable.
Yes, there are millions like that. I'm a common person. I need to take care of my family, my job, my career. These are for sages. I'm not able to follow any of these practices or scriptural study, they say, because I'm unable and I'm so awful and so low level that I cannot handle it.
Or even if they're not saying that they're so awful, they're just saying that they're the wrong type of person.
Yes, or it's not my time.
Yeah, like I'm a householder, so by definition, I'm the wrong category of person, whether I'm good or bad, or I've got a big ego or a small ego. I'm the wrong category. I'm in the wrong category, so I can't study. I can't meditate. Haven't got time anyway. But Ramana Maharishi never said there was anybody excluded, did he?
Not only Ramana Maharishi, all the sages and all our scriptures are definitely are describing that self-knowledge are not only for sannyasins.
I mentioned Ramana because I remember reading something along these lines, where it's saying again and again that you can practice whatever you're doing. You know, you can integrate into whatever life you're leading. You can integrate spiritual practice.
Of course, and most of the rishis who were transmitting the Upanishads, Vedanta, they were grihastas.
Yeah.
And Adi Sankaracharya himself, he was a sannyasin, but he never said that self-knowledge is only for sannyasins. The same with Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He never said that self-knowledge, jnana yoga, is only for the sannyasins. Never. You can never find it something like that in the scriptures.
Arjuna wasn't a sannyasi for a starter.
Of course. And also he was in such a superior position with so less time to dedicate in the path. The same with another example, Janaka, the king, who was Shishya of Astavakra. So Janaka went to Astavakra and asked him to be his Shishya. And he was asking questions and he wanted to learn Jnana Yoga, self-knowledge, and to reach moksha. So if a king can find time and can dedicate his life to self-knowledge, what to say for a common person? And all over in the scriptures, we can see that it's about priorities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody putting a priority to create money in his life. And this is his first and most important priority in life. Another one has his priority to have the best lovers. Another one has to have a lot of possessions, like a beautiful home, a beautiful car, and so on and so forth. Another one puts a priority to have glory and fame and a career.
Yeah.
But all these people, they are forgetting that what they are searching with all these pursuits are unstable and impermanent. So all these people, they are searching permanent peace, happiness, security, and stability where it is impossible to be found, because anatma, all the worldly things, are impermanent.
Totally
So
unreliable.
Of course, and all are losable.
It's like a day doesn't go past when something breaks or goes wrong. It's like it's constantly falling to pieces around you, the world.
Exactly.
I find it astonishing.
So it is foolishness to really to invest your life, your precious human life, for permanent happiness, stability, security, peace, into the worldly things, because everything is impermanent and even losable from moment to moment.
One of my teachers in the past, he said something that sticks in my head when you're talking about your priorities. He said that if you really want to meditate, you could be in a war and you'd find 10 minutes to meditate. That's the point, isn't it? It's like if you've got the intention to follow the spiritual path, then you will. And nothing will be able to stop you, even a war.
Of course. And especially in our tradition in Advaita Vedanta, we don't say that you need to sit down to do Nididhyasanam, the Vedantic meditation. You can do anytime, whether you are walking and doing something, and even while you are eating or you are working, whatever you do, just ask the question, that which is now witnessing the activity of this body-mind complex. Can I locate it? Can I find it somewhere? Does it have a beginning point, a central point, or an ending point? That by itself is nididhyasanam. Can I find somewhere the person that I believe that I am? Let's say that Andrew is walking and he believes Andrew and he is worrying for the so-called future. This moment, Andrew can ask, but if let's say I'm Andrew, the body-mind complex, why I cannot find somewhere this entity, this person.
Mm.
I can see, of course, the physical appearance walking, but I don't say that I am the car because I am observing the car or my car. The same, it doesn't mean that because Andrew is watching this body walking, that is this body. The body is an observed object.
Clearly.
So if this moment upon walking, in just a simple question, I'm feeling now anxious and I'm worrying for the future. But where is this person that is worrying? Why I cannot find it somewhere? Why it is so much unreachable? Where is it? And even the physical appearance and the entire world disappears in the deep sleep without dreams. Everything disappears every single night. So all this contemplation, even while walking, it is nididhyasana. It is Vedantic meditation. There is no need to find a quiet place and sit in a difficult posture, yogic posture, and then do this and do that and follow so many techniques and prerequisites to do the Vedantic meditation nididhyasana. You can do it all day long. Of course, it is much easier, and you can somebody can focus and can enjoy more in a peaceful atmosphere, sitting down. Of course, it's much easier and can be more enjoyable. But that doesn't mean that in our tradition somebody cannot do Vedantic meditation all day long, whether he's in a quiet place or not. Actually, in the end of the day, the state of meditation should be covering up 24/7. Because what is the point if you do meditation 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the night, and in between you are fighting with other people? Is that the purpose? The purpose is to be in the state of meditation all day long, and also in difficult circumstances.
You find, though, if you meditate for an hour, say, that it does kind of affect your subsequent hours. It kind of seeps over into the next few hours and can help you. But obviously, the goal is to be 24 hours, I suppose.
Of course, it is very helpful. But ultimately, the meditation state, contemplation state, and what we call in Advaita Vedanta Sahaja Samadhi should be on a permanent basis. And only then we can speak about moksha. So Sahaja Samadhi is a state where whatever you do, whatever actions should be done due to prarabdha karma, destiny, you allow the body-mind complex to perform, but at the same moment, you know that you are not the body-mind complex. And you know that it is only a soul lasting, or a dream lasting 3 to 5 days, as Astavakra was saying in Janaka, in Astavakra Gita. So you know that you are not this body-mind complex, which is acting or apparently acting. But in reality, nothing ever happened. And nothing will ever happen. Is it clear?
Yeah, very clear. And also, I will listen to this recording a few times.
Yes, and while listening, the eyes can be closed and recognize that there is no person somewhere.
Mm.
There is no individual entity that can be found anywhere. There is only this substratum which modulates itself in this listening. Just like now, it seems that there are two apparent individuals interacting and having a satsang in what we call the universe. But in reality, there is only consciousness which is modulating itself in this satsang. No different beings are involved here, but only beingness itself. Actually, for the apparent speaker, it seems like there is a dialogue with himself. It appears like psychotic, but that is the experience all the time. Speaking and interacting just to itself, in itself, not in the so-called external universe.
But there's also no individuals
No,
speaking to themselves. It's just one.
no, there's only one consciousness appearing as two individuals, modulating itself as two individuals. So it reminds this quote of Satchitananda, there is no you and me, there is only love loving itself. That's why in all the legitimate, authentic lineages, they speak about compassion or bodhicitta, or the need to perform whatever is beneficial as loka sangraham. Because when you know the truth, there is no way for a jnani to do something wrong or to say a lie. There is no way, because a jnani sees only himself or itself, because he knows he is not a he or a she or an it. A jnani knows that he or it is that. Modulating as whatever it or he sees. No internal environment, no external environment, no any discrimination of plurality or duality of any kind. There is the experience of singularity. There is this experience of one substratum as awareness Brahman. Aham Brahma Asmi. I am awareness Brahman. And there is only that.